Hello, my name is Muir and I'm a waste diversion campaigner for Sierra Club Canada. I'm hoping that after you watch this video several times, practice, and make use of the other material that's available, you'll help us communicate to the residents of Ottawa the ease and benefits of the new green bin program. Because let's face it, nothing could be easier than separating out your food scraps for diversion. Think about it. You didn't buy it this way. You bought a cell phone separately, you bought a banana separately, you bought a can of beans separately, and at one point in time you held each of these separately in your hand. And all we're asking you to do is at the time of discard, keep them separate. That's all. And when you think about it further, coming out of your kitchen, there really are only two waste streams: food and the packaging that it came in. And again, all we're asking you to do is keep these separate and find a green bin for your food scraps. The benefits, I only wish I had more time. Certainly the conservation of landfill space is an important one. It's going to cost us a lot of time and a lot of money to find a replacement for Trail Road once it closes. By diverting food scraps, we can conserve valuable landfill space. In addition, we can reduce the odors coming from landfill. It's not the bricks or the cans or the plastic bags that smell, it's the food. If we can remove this material from the waste stream, we can reduce the odors coming from landfill. These odors are as a result of methane, and this is where the really important story about food scrap diversion lies. Because burying food scraps in a landfill in the absence of oxygen produces methane, a greenhouse gas we now realize to be almost 100 times more potent than CO2. So while it's important we get people on mass transit and get them to look at a high efficiency furnace, getting them on a food scrap diversion program, we've allowed 220,000 households in Ottawa overnight to make a huge step in reducing their greenhouse gas emissions. Additional benefits, we can make a soil and stop having to pour increasing amounts of pesticides and fertilizers on our increasingly depleted farmland. So as you can see, this is the logical next step in our diversion efforts. You already give us your containers and fibers. Once again, it's banana peel time. What goes in? If it came from the earth, a fruit or a vegetable, or by way of the earth, a meat or dairy product, by all means put it into the container. What to leave out? No plastic, please. If you would like to line your container, please use a paper bag. What I'd like to do is conclude by talking about some of the myths that have evolved around food scrap collection. One is that it's okay to bury food. And by way of summary, as I've tried to explain, it's not. We're wasting landfill space, we're producing odors, most importantly producing methane, we're failing to produce a soil, and as a result having to pour increasing amounts of pesticides and fertilizers on our farmland. The second myth is, why don't we just burn it? And again, I'd encourage you to think about this for just a moment. Food is 70 to 80% water. It takes more energy to dry food out in order to burn it than you ever get from burning it. It just doesn't make any sense, this route either. Another common myth is about the extra trucks. And while there are extra trucks on the road, there are no extra tons. And I can assure you that in comparison, the little bit of extra diesel fuel pales by comparison to the amount of methane we're able to mitigate. The fourth myth is we should just be backyard composting. The fact is we've spent over a dozen years trying to promote this activity in the city of Ottawa. About 10% of people will do it year-round. For the other 90%, this is far, far easier. And once again, the logical next step in our diversion efforts. If you'd like a bit more information, please go to greenbinottawa.ca or sierraclubbintalk.ca. Thank you so very, very much for your time and attention, and good luck.